first. Okay, so now what is being said here and in the 7th verse is, but for your information, O best of the Brahmanas, let me tell you about the captains who are especially qualified to lead my military force. So now Duryodhan says that I have told you about all the great personalities who are fighting from the side of the Pandavas, but now, O Dronacharya, I will tell you about the captains, about the warriors, powerful men who are now qualified to lead my military force. They are very much qualified because they are very powerful and they are qualified to lead my military force. Now, Duryodhan will count those members who are from his side. He will observe his own army now. Yes, so is Sahir and Santosh joining? Devin, Mahir, are you with them?
I think they are, yeah. They know about the new link, so they should do it soon. I'm not with them, but I can call Sahir and tell.
Yes, you can tell him so that we can start.
Hello.
Hare Krishna, Shri.
Can you, when the session ends, can you add a phone number to the WhatsApp group?
Yes,
Because it's too hard for me to keep calling my dad and telling him to send me the code.
yes, yes, please. You can drop your.
Okay. I'm gonna go get the phone number real quick.
Yes. You're telling me your phone number?
Yes, one sec. I'm gonna go get it.
Okay, so if everyone is here now, so we'll start. Yes, so we just read the translation, Sahib, Santosh, and Shrey. We just read the translation of the 7th verse. I told that now Duryodhan has observed the armies of the Pandavas. Now he is telling about his own army. Who all great captains, personalities, warriors are fighting from his side, who are qualified to lead his military force. So now we'll go to the 8th shloka. You all can repeat it after me, and if possible, then can turn on your cameras also. Otherwise, it seems that I'm talking to a black screen. So the eighth shloka. You can repeat it. Bhavan Bhishmascha Karnascha. Repeat it, please. Bhavan Bhishmascha Karnascha Kripascha Samitim Jaya Kripascha Samitim Jaya Ashwathama Vikarnascha Ashwathama Vikarnascha Somadatte Sathaiva cha Somadatte Sathaiva cha. Now, Devin, can you read the translation for this?
Yes. There are personalities like you, Bhisma, Karna, Krupa,
Ashwathama.
Asvathama, Vikarna, and the son of Somadatta, called Bodhisattva, who are always victorious in battle.
So now, Shrey, can you read the purport for this?
Duryodhan mentions the exceptional heroes in the battle, all of whom are ever victorious. Vikarana is the brother of Duryodhana. Ashwatthama is the son of Dronacharya, and Samudatti or Bodhisattva is the son of King Bal. How do you say that?
Bahalikas.
Balikas. Karna is the half brother of Arjuna. He was born of Kunti before her marriage with King Pandu. Prapakarya's twin sister married Dronacharya.
So many names here. But all we have to know is that Duryodhan is counting the people from the side of from his side now. Who are the great personalities fighting for him now? So see, now he informs Dronacharya that, okay, I've counted the members fighting from the Pandava side, but our team is no less. Our power is no less. So he's reporting the battle, reporting the armies. So therefore he's observing the armies. And therefore this is the name of the first chapter also. Do you know after this when Arjun will see the armies, what will happen? Arjun will tell to Krishna, oh Krishna, bring my chariot between both the armies. Krishna takes his chariot in front of Dronacharya and Bhishma. He says, my teacher, my grandfather, Krishna, I cannot fight. He gets bewildered due to this attachment, this bodily attachment, that he is my teacher, he is my grandfather, I cannot fight. Then Krishna says the Bhagavad Gita. So right now Duryodhan is observing the armies. Now when Krishna will when Arjun will observe the armies, he will get bewildered due to his attachment with his brothers, his teacher, his grandfather. He will say that I cannot fight this war. Then Krishna tells the Bhagavad Gita. And you know, when Krishna speaks the Bhagavad Gita and when it ends, at the end, what does Arjun speak? He says, Karishye vachanam tava. Whatever you will say and whatever you will instruct me, I will execute that. So earlier he was lamenting, he was bewildered, he was morose, he was sorrowful, he was full of anxiety. But towards the end, what happened? He said, I will fight the war and do whatever you said. So we are also in our lives morose, sad, with anxiety, with so many things in our mind and hearts. But when we will also hear these words spoken by Krishna, some mystery words, secret words spoken by him, just in 45 minutes, just in a time of 45 minutes, this Bhagavad Gita was spoken. And now in those 45 minutes, Krishna said something to Arjuna that he emerged victorious. So now we can also emerge victorious in our lives when we carefully hear these words spoken by Krishna. Yes, so now we'll come to the last shloka, Bhagavad Gita 1.9. This is little big, so I'll end it in 10 minutes. So 9th shloka, I am reciting it. You can repeat it after me. Anye cha bahava shura. Anye cha bahava shura. Madarthe tyaktva jivita. Repeat it. Madarthe tyakta jivita. Nana shastra praharana. Nana shastra praharanaha. Sarve yuddha visharada. Sarve yuddha visharada. So now, Sahir, are you there? Can you read the translation?
Hey, yes, he's just standing, not sitting. Sahir, tell him to just sit and attend.
Can you read the translation for this?
We're on text 9, correct?
1.9.
Okay. There are many other heroes who are prepared to lay down their lives for my sake. All of them are well equipped with different types of weapons, and they are all experienced in military science.
Okay, so now you will be hearing the purport from Arpan. Do you have your book?
Yeah, well, I can read online. I have it.
Yes, you can read the purport for this, and
Oh.
Sahir will hear it sitting down on a chair.
Okay. As far as the others are concerned, like Jayadratha, Kratvarma, and Salya, all are determined to lay down their lives for Duryodhana's sake. In other words, it is already concluded that all of them would die in the battle of Kurukshetra for joining the party of the sinful Duryodhana. Duryodhana was, of course, confident of his victory on the account of the above-mentioned combined strength of his friends.
This is a very nice shloka, very nice one. So see, in this shloka, Duryodhan says that I have told you the names of many personalities, but now other than from them also, there are many others which I have still not counted. Although they may not be so powerful as Kripacharya or Dronacharya, but they have committed to lay down their lives for my sake. What does Duryodhan say? They have decided that they will even die for me. So here Maharaj tells that in this age, you don't find many people who will say that I will die for you. Not even a husband and wife. They will say it through mouth, but then when situation comes, they will give divorce. So there are many less people when you find then that they'll say that I am ready to die for you. But here the situation is not in a positive way, but in a more negative way. People are saying, I will die for you. And because actually they are saying that they will die for Duryodhan, they will actually die in the war. Why? Because they are taking side of Duryodhan. They are saying that, oh Duryodhan, I will die for you. But in reality, because they are taking the side of Adharma, they are taking the side of Duryodhan, the sinful Duryodhan, they will actually die. They are not lying. They will actually lay down their lives on this battlefield of Kurukshetra. Okay, so they did not only hold the weapons, but they were committed to even die for Duryodhan and they won't back off. Okay, so now there are two types of weapons. One is Shastra and one is Astra. Astra Shastra. But what is Shastra and what is Astra? Mahir, you know what is the difference between Astra and Shastra?
I think so. The Astra or Sastra, I don't know, but one of them is like when we spoke a mantra, then it just arrived. Am I right?
Both
It is
of
a
them
specific
both of them
oh
can arise with mantras, but the
mantras.
major difference between them is that there is one type of weapon, you fight with it, keeping that weapon in your hand. Like sword, gada,
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
mace,
yeah, yeah. Bow
mace.
and arrow.
Bow and arrow is astra because you
Oh,
release it. When you release it from a distance, then it is astra. You will not fight with someone with a bow and hit him with a bow. No, bow is not meant for that. Bow is meant for shooting arrows from a distance. Now, you will not shoot gadas at someone, na? You will hold it in your hand and hit it. So that is Shastra. Astra is like Krishna's chakra. It is also released from a distance. So Astra is when it is released from a distance, and Shastra is when you take it in your hand and you fight with it. Okay, so now all of these people whom Duryodhan is describing, they are great personalities who are endowed with Shastras, with those weapons which they take in the hand and fight. So now, Duryodhan is saying, see their talents, see their war signs, expert war signs, their astras, their shastras. They are committed to fight for me. They have supported me like anything. See their powers, see their experience, see the armies, see how many people I have in my army. See, they are committed to fight for me. But even after all of this, how much ever strength a person has, how much ever materially opulent and strength the person has, but if there is no Krishna, if there is no Dharma, if there is no Bhakti, they will always lose. Sanjaya declared this at the end. Yatra Yogeshwara Krishna, Tatra Partha Dhanurdhara. What did he say? Wherever Krishna will be there, wherever devotees will be there, wherever bhakti will be there, wherever dharma will be there, even though you will feel that you don't have anything, you will lose. In front of the whole world, you will lose. But in the end, you will see that you will only win. You will only emerge victorious. But even if a person has everything in the world, everything, name, fame, opulence, army, commitment, shastra, astra, talent, power, everything, but if they don't have Krishna, they cannot emerge victorious. This is what this shloka tells us, that you have to support dharma. If anyone will support Duryodhan, who is on the side of adharma, who is the embodiment of adharma, then they will also die. They will also have to die. You will die, they will die, because they're standing on the wrong side. So what do we have to do? We have to actually take the side of dharma, side of Krishna, the side of bhakti. Only then we will emerge victorious in our lives. Everything will be a failure. Everything will be a failure if Krishna will not be there. Right? If even if Everything is like a 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0. If there are 10 zeros, Krishna is what? The one in the beginning of that zeros. Every zero will have value, unlimited times of value. But even if you have a 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, it is of no value. Yes, it is of no value. But Krishna adds all values to our lives. Even if there is nothing, but if there is Krishna, he will add all value. Yes. So we also have to take side of the Lord. Only then we will also emerge victorious in our lives. So this was today's session. We have completed 6 more shlokas today. So over this weekend, we were able to complete 9 shlokas. It's a huge number. Yes. So thank you so much, everyone, for your cooperation, for your time, for your eagerness and enthusiasm. If anyone has any questions or comments, or if they want to share their understandings, then you may please do so.
Can you add that number in the chat to the
Yes.
WhatsApp group?
Thank you for reminding me. Yes. So anything else you want to share, what you learned? Santosh, do you want to share something?
I want to share something about this class today.
Yes.
I learned what mace meant and the difference between Astra and Shastra.
Yes. The difference between Astra and Shastra. Mahir, Sahir, anyone? Mahir, Sahir?
I think it's very important to have God on your side, because it not only does it add value, but it also gives you confidence. And then you have something to believe in, and
Yes.
it gives motivation.
Yes, and only then you will be victorious in your life. Otherwise, what value do you have in your life? What is the substance in your life? Nothing. You will never be able to be victorious. Where there is Krishna and where there are devotees only, there opulence, victory, fame will be there. Otherwise, we don't have any value in our lives. Yes. Mahir?
So I know, but I just learned the main thing that you told the difference between the Astra and Shastra. So yes.
Okay, thank you. Devin?
I was gonna say something a little bit similar to Sahir, how like no matter I guess how we're suffering or what material bondage is happening, if we think of a God, then we can get out of it no matter how big the hole is, and you can clearly see that demonstrated in the Gita with like this one-sided fight of 5 versus 100. Even though the odds are so unfavorable, like God is able to twist the battle no matter how bad it is.
Yes, thank you so much. Yes, Arpan?
I realized how Duryodhana wasn't actually worried about the army, because he thought he was gonna win for sure, because he had a much bigger one, because he got Krishna army, but he was just saying that so Dronacharya would fight.
Yes. Shrey?
I learned that you don't need to have material bondings. Like when Arjun said he couldn't fight because his grandfather, his teacher, his family, everyone was there. And then when Krishna spoke the Bhagavad Gita, Arjun had all the will to fight and win.
Yes. Thank you so much, all of you, for all of your beautiful understandings. I hope you will retain them over the weekend. Yes, and we'll meet next Saturday. So eager to meet you and continue our Bhagavad Gita. Yes, Chaitanya.
Yeah. Thank you so much. Hare Krishna, everybody. Let's conclude by chanting one time Hare Krishna mantra, and we will end up. Okay. So, and we'll see you next week. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, everybody.